Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
Well, here we go. Welcome to Tuesday, the KVJ show. Love these short weeks. So awesome. Good stuff. Got your emails coming up here. Is it too soon to say what you guys are doing this upcoming weekend? Do you guys have any plans yet? I know, Virginia, you're going to the Craft Beer Fest.
Yes, I've got a big birthday party I'm going to Friday, Craft Beer Bash at PGA National on Saturday.
Okay.
And then a little Smiles party on Sunday.
Cool. Very nice.
Fun.
I am knee deep in the KVJ horror movie, baby.
Oh, that's your
Horror
thing. It's that time of
movie?
year, huh?
Horror.
How many horrors you got?
Well, I need
Right.
a few more.
Sign me up. I'm here
Can't
all
have
week.
enough.
Oh, there's gonna be some nudity in this movie.
By who?
It's gonna be me again. I feel weird asking anybody else.
Will we see those long balls? And I want to see them from the back.
Funny enough, no, you won't. But it was designed to, because the first couple scenes we had to do, there was some ass in there, and Denny's every time is like, I don't know, man. I keep seeing your balls. And then you're like, we got to do it again. Or I just saw your dong. Poor Denny's has seen my dick and balls so
You
much.
have to lift your balls because your balls are so low that from the back you can see half of them.
And that camera's HD. I don't need y'all see my wrinkled
HD,
balls.
huh?
Yeah, HD balls.
I need the outtakes.
Lovely.
There's plenty. My dad had to hold the microphone. It was pretty.
Your dad had to hold your balls. What
It could have helped.
kind of operation are we running here?
Oh, man. That's fun.
What about you, Kev? What are you doing?
I'm going to Columbus on Friday morning and going up there for a Buckeye game this weekend. So,
Nice.
yeah, that'd be cool. So I'm looking forward to that. So it's
This Friday, don't forget, kids. It's a drunk podcast.
that's right.
Kevin's out of town, so it's going to be real messy.
I might not even show up on Friday. I don't know.
No, you need to show up.
We'll see what happens.
It's going to be Virginia and your hammers.
You don't really want that for the people, do you?
I would actually like to hear Virginia Hammer talking. Virginia and Denny's would be interesting.
Oh, my gosh. I think we might put each other to sleep.
Yeah, somebody had asked if we could put up all the dates of the Drunk Podcast. They said that they've gone back and listened to the St. Patrick's Day one several times. What are the other dates of the Drunk Podcast? Can we at least put together like a band of all the best of the drunks?
We can do that. We had a few last week, actually. I think we had back-to-back. Or we had,
You did.
well, I thought we were all together.
Yeah.
You were shit.
I had a good time.
Everybody else held it together pretty well.
I'm sorry.
You were like, it's Wednesday. I need to drink.
Did I say that?
Yeah. I think you said it Thursday, too.
Yeah, people already hoping that you guys are going to do some more of the ideas Kevin has not approved.
Always.
Oh, my
Friday.
God. I think the entire show will be that.
Okay, there you go. So you got that to look forward to on Friday.
Thinking about maybe possibly waiting for you to get back for Drunk Girl Trivia.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I got you. Yep. And we can do that. And we sometimes, too, can record stuff for Friday, whatever, if it's that important. We could record some stuff for Friday. So I would hate to miss it. I do love when Virginia's on it.
I mean, we could always let you get in on a little bit of Name That Nut. If you need it, you let me know.
Please say we're not doing that again. The first time went okay. The second time went fucking awful. We got a punt.
Well, we're going to reel it back in, and we're going to make it great.
Now it's gonna.
Let's make Name That Nut great again.
It's gonna be a bit. It's gonna be bits Kevin and Jaybird don't approve.
Oh, I thought you were on Team Nut.
Just kidding. I don't give a fuck what we do.
And that one is you got to name the nut correctly. You pop it in somebody's mouth. If they can't, then you kick them in the nuts.
Don't
Yes.
ask her. Don't
Yeah,
ask.
yeah, that's basically it.
Oh, okay. All right. How many nuts have you gone through?
Every nut possible.
I was going to say,
We've hit a lot of nuts.
you hit a lot of
And
nuts.
I could tell Denny's knew what the nuts were, but he knew the bit was tanking so bad, so I think he missed one on purpose just to make it go on.
What?
Peanut.
I believe in the purity of this game. It needs to be the honor system, Denny.
I think it's a walnut, and it was definitely not a walnut.
And he knew it?
I think he did, dog.
Oh, wow. Okay, this nut's been tainted.
Come up with another shitty bit, like what I'm gonna do.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me see. Got some names that people. There's a woman that Natalie Weiner that wasn't allowed to get a Facebook or Instagram post. Somebody said, I got a friend named Richard Seaman. He hated Richard, so he always went by Dick. Is that much better?
Dick Seaman, at least you know that, okay, all right, we're talking about cum, we're talking about penis. Richard Seaman just sounds like, okay, is it Richard Seaman? Is it, I see why Dick would be better.
I think they're both awful. Richard or Dick Seaman. And I would just change my name.
Yeah.
It only costs like $400
But I mean,
to
imagine
change
if
your
you've
name.
had families for generations and you're like, okay, now you're going to turn your back on your family just because today's day and age. And keep in mind, too, how language changes. I mean, within 100 years, you could probably say the name Dick Seaman and people aren't going to be like, it may just,
I don't know, man. I think that
it
one's
may
gonna-
lose its thunder.
I don't know. Dick Seaman feels like it's going to stand the test of time.
Agreed.
As it should.
Well, think about like shit face back in the 1700s. We're still saying shit face now, and you can't call
Were they,
some.
were they
Say it.
saying that then?
Oh, hey, you shit face! Look at this
They
guy.
were saying that?
He's such a shit face or a shithead. Yeah, they were. Of course, they were saying it.
How do you know? Of course they were.
Yeah,
Maybe
shit's
they
been
weren't.
around. Shit's been around forever.
If you'd have said that then, be going, wait, what? Are you saying like shit and then like head and like putting them together like they have shit on the head?
I think-
Or the head is made of shit?
If you called someone a shithead, they would be like, "Oh my gosh, that's such an insult." Why is everyone British back in the 1700s?
Well, technically,
well,
yeah.
they were.
Okay,
were.
well, never mind. They were British.
Except for the Indians.
Till the Revolutionary War, we were all British.
Damn, got deep.
You've got a lot of dog hair on your hat.
It's everywhere.
Did you know that?
I've been trying to get dog hair off of. He's shedding right now.
Woe is he.
Right now.
Yeah, he's shedding pretty bad.
Did
Summertime.
you mow him?
He's a shedding dog. He's a special needs dog. He's shedding like a motherfucker. I hug him too before I leave work every day. I spend a little snuggle time with him.
That's sweet.
I don't know what to tell you, lady. Get off my ass.
We need to lint roll you.
Let me see. Got an email from Tony saying, I've been listening to the show for 15 years, but you have to get Kevin and Virginia to stop talking as if they're 13-year-old kids. When they are speaking unscripted, the word like is used repeatedly for no good reason, sometimes 3 times in the same sentence.
Yeah, I know I do it, but I just can't help it.
So because I do a lot of the editing of the audio, and about 5 years ago, I heard 3 segments in a row where I was saying like a lot, and I deliberately, consciously said, "You got to stop saying that shit. You have to. It's gonna be weird because you have to consciously listen to your words for a little bit."
I can't do that.
It's
if
a
I
tough
start,
one.
If I start doing that shit, then I can't think of anything else.
Well, don't
And
do no. What I'm
I
saying is,
can't. My brain's not big enough
No.
to handle all that. This guy could suck a dick.
no, don't do it live on the air. Do it in your personal time, and then it will transcribe on the air. You have to do the practice.
I'm not that smart.
Well, like, never mind. Like, I'll go fuck like myself. Sorry, trying to help.
That it takes too much brain power. I can't do it.
It's really easy when you hear it and it gets planted in your head. It's kind of like sometimes hearing those and getting stuck on accents. It's kind of the same thing. Start hearing that like, and it just gets into your head.
Okay, how about this? If you start doing it, I'll call your ass out. Kevin, Virginia's like count was 11 in 3 sentences.
Yeah, do that.
Okay, all right. I'll shame you publicly. That should work.
Different way to handle it. Got some emails about your sleep apnea, Jaybird. Somebody said, just heard Virginia saying Jaybird might have sleep apnea, and then hearing him describe the symptoms made me think that the key ingredient And it could be the key ingredient to the problems in his life. I've got sleep apnea as well.
See that
the
shit?
The fact that he's waking up startled could be because he stopped breathing for a period of time.
Exactly. It
He
happens.
thinks it's a dream that's bringing, but it's actually the apnea itself.
Yep.
But why is the dream always horrific? Oh, we're talking missiles. We're talking just murder.
Because.
Well, it could be your body is kind of reacting and it's responding. Your brain is now feeding these images to you to wake you up because it's like, hey, you stopped breathing. Could all be connected.
Interesting theory.
And it brings along a lot of other sleep and health issues.
Yeah.
So it gave me a heart condition.
Look at this. You don't need no heart condition.
I already got one.
Oh, broken heart. Lonely heart.
There you go. I ain't got no broken heart. And I don't have a fucking lonely heart either. I got a guarded heart. Shit. There's some walls, woman.
Tear down this wall. Any action this weekend?
No action whatsoever.
Can we smell your finger?
The most action I got, there's a reason why there's so much hair on this head. I got busy with Chewy. Not like, I'm not blowing
Wow,
my dog.
okay.
No, I'm saying I'm snuggling with...
We don't blow him. We just fuck him.
I don't even know why I answer sometimes.
It's all starting to make sense now. Worst ghosting of all time. My mom was happily married to my stepdad for 10 years. Our whole family loved him. Got along great. Spent tons of time getting together at the beautiful home that they shared together. They both had great careers and were busy working on plans to build an even bigger home nearby. Then one day my mom got home from work and he was gone.
What?
Not a single trace of him was left in the house. His clothes, his pictures in frames, his books on the shelf, his files from his office, not even a note. It was like he never existed. She still to this day has no idea what happened to their relationship.
She never found him?
She was able to reach him by phone through his son, but he kept the contact as minimal as he could. Crazy.
He didn't even give her a Dear John letter?
Why?
No, we all miss him a lot and know he is living happily somewhere, but we'll never forget the day he disappeared from our lives and we never spoke to him again.
That's bizarre.
Right.
That's
Crazy,
gotta be
huh?
messed up. Anytime that there's no closure whatsoever and it's just memories and history disappears.
We got a whole family thing and all of a sudden
Yeah.
just gone. And you're like,
Stepdad of 10 years. I mean, that's a man that made a huge impact on your life. Like, why did he go?
well, and how long was he planning it? Because, I mean, if he had a career, home, all that kind of stuff, you have to have a moving company and work the whole thing out. You got to pick the time when nobody's going to be around. You don't want movers. And that, if you got a lot of stuff, like I don't have a lot of stuff, and it still would take some time to get all my stuff out of my house.
It depends on what you would. Did he take every little thing?
That's what she said. There was no
Everything?
trace of him.
Yeah, it's like he didn't exist. I would take some time.
That to me smells like the guy was living a double life.
Maybe, who knows? I mean, but it was something that was, yeah, it wasn't like one day he just woke up and said, you know, I'm just leaving. Because, I mean, you'd have to think those things through.
Yeah, I think it happens with some people. They probably plan it, and when the day comes, you know, it's probably a goal that they're working for. And you're right, very premeditated. If no one's there and all your shit's gone, that's something you've been thinking about for a minute.
Yeah, it'd just be tough. You're the one like left behind. You'd be like, wow, he could just that quickly just write me off like without even a goodbye and just, okay, so I meant absolutely nothing to him.
You wonder what happened. Was it the family life that was did he not like the family life? Was it another woman?
Was the mom mean to him?
Did he murder somebody?
Yeah. We got a lot of questions.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think some people just, they have that in the back of their head, you know, where especially I think Instagram and a lot of the social media has made it worse, where we see everyone else's life and we're just like, I'm not living my best life. And then they're just like, there's got to be more for me out there. And they're just sitting there, just they look at it like, okay, the same people. And like, I don't care about this life. I don't like where I live. I don't like my job. I don't like anything that's going on.
Some people wake up too and go, wait a minute, this is my life. What I've been walking around living this life I don't want. Whether you're married with kids or not, I think some people just wake up one day and go,
they just went at the reset button.
Yeah.
No, say I just want to pop up someplace where nobody knows me. There's no history, no past. And start all over, and maybe they feel like there's a part of them they're totally ignoring, and there's no room for it in the life that they're in. You know, maybe they're creative or there's something that's going on, and they just can't
Or maybe like he could have like been making bad decisions at work. He could have been
who knows?
like hiding money or stealing money or something, and he had to just get out of town because of his bad
You would think if he
choices.
was, though, that would definitely come to the surface, and there would be an investigation.
Yeah.
They would probably look after him.
He might have just felt the walls caving in. Who knows why people do the shit they do?
I think they're just some people.
Who
like
knows about men and their walls? Oh, you know who knows? Jay Bird.
Oh, women have walls too. Vaginal.
Yeah.
No, but all kidding aside, women have emotional walls too.
I don't know. I've never met anybody with walls as high as yours.
Get out of here. People are so sick of you asking them about my love life.
No, they're not.
They are.
That's the first thing they want to talk to me about. When I meet people out in public, this is the first thing they want to talk about. The married girls want to know. The single girls want to know. You know why the single girls want to know.
Wouldn't you
Oh,
say
yeah.
probably the most annoying topic that people are like, okay, Kev, move on. Birds love life.
No, I don't see a lot of people saying move on. you know?
No. What'd you do this Labor Day? You getting any squish?
You've already. Did she not ask me this already?
I think so.
Did I not answer?
Yeah.
You didn't give me what I wanted.
I was blowing my dog, remember?
Yeah.
I don't buy it.
You're right. I was not blowing my dog. That is true.
Maybe she's just hoping for a different answer.
Yeah. That's all I'm looking for, Kev. The truth.
Yeah.
There was zero female activity whatsoever this last week.
Okay, it's last week.
Last week and 2.
I can tell when you're lying.
Well, that's good because I'm not lying.
You're lying.
I swear on everything I'm not lying.
Well, he's just saying that he must have had a date last week.
I did not have a date last week. Who gives a shit? Nobody.
Let me see your phone.
No, I'll never let you see my phone.
Start to reach for it.
But it's not because I was out to no good.
Okay.
Look at this chat room. Move on. Who gives a shit? No one likes birds love life talk.
I don't see it at all.
Nobody's saying that.
Both chat rooms.
It's very interesting. I mean, you're going to become a sexual camel over there. If you don't use that thing, it might fall off. Who wants that? Nobody wants to see your dick shrivel up and fall off.
Kevin-
from non-usage.
Kevin might like that. Solidarity.
Oh,
Yeah, right.
Kevin, yours fell off.
No, it's still intact. It's useless, but it's intact.
No, you've jerked that pud. Come on.
Yeah, you're right. It's got a great purpose.
Great purpose, bud.
This thing's really living its best life.
Yeah.
It's not. Kevin's dick is
My
not.
dick wants to take off and disappear.
Your dick's going to leave one day.
It wants to find
You're
another
gonna be like,
body.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
I feel like if Kevin's
All of a sudden, my dick's gone. 10 years later, I get a call from it. I'd be like, yeah, sorry, I just had to go, man.
I had to go, man. You were not making it happen.
now, if Kevin's dick typed, it would Facebook fish. Nobody ever touches me.
Yeah. It would. So we should do. Our new
We
Facebook
should make
fishing
a
should be from my
Facebook-
dick.
We should make a Kevin's Dick Facebook page.
I love all it does is Facebook fish, reach for compliments.
That's all it does, yeah.
Aw,
That's a good idea, my poor
poor
dick.
little dick.
Yeah, it does. She's on there. It's like, dear Facebook, no one ever touches me except for Kevin. And I don't like the way he touches me. I have not seen vaginal walls in quite some time.
Oh, you give it the old smug tug.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, I can see that.
What music? Where is that from? That's the best music bed ever.
I don't know. It's like cartoon sadness.
Yes, it is.
It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. Somebody texted in and said, I got a friend that made himself disappear. It's been almost 6 years now. He went on
Really?
vacation to Europe with his girlfriend. Said he had to stay behind to meet with some clients. He owned a travel business. And he just never came home.
She came back to the States and he stayed
Was
there.
waiting for him, yeah. Left his house, dog, car, etc. He was seen logging in online a few times, and there were other signs he left voluntarily. No one still knows why. Although we have a
Wow.
few theories.
You do? What are the theories?
They didn't say.
Murder.
I mean, he probably just was like, he's over there like, I don't know.
I think, like, if your partner leaves, you really internalize that. I mean, that just becomes like,
Without the respect of,
Everything.
because you're just like, I was just dragging down on them so much.
what?
That they
Am
were
I
just
that?
miserable. Yeah, they just wanted a new life, and that life wasn't with me. Like, and you're probably thinking, probably every time they saw me, they're like, ugh. just everything about it. And they're like, I just got to get away.
There are some people listening right now that are so mad that they are stuck in a relationship that they're trying to get out and they don't know how to. And a lot of times, if you're bound by law, good luck.
I think if they could, you'd probably see about 30% of the population want to just be able to disappear and pop up somewhere else.
Agreed, and not be in their current situation with their mate.
Just be somewhere completely different. Yeah, with somebody different, doing something else, living somewhere else.
What's weird is a lot of people, when they break up, they'll or if they're trying to get out of a relationship, they won't just say, look, I'm not happy with you. I don't want to be with you anymore. It's nothing really personal. It's just time to move on. They got to make up some, my dad got shot. He's in Dallas. I got to go find him. And it's this whole weird story. It's weird how people can't just say they don't want to be with somebody.
I think it's hard to say because it's like the truth. And the truth, like, people want to run from. So it's easier to say, I have to go help my dad. He just had a heart attack.
And if you're the one doing the axing, you're considered the dick, the horrible you're branded an asshole now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is actually from the police report. They sent in a link. He flew from Miami to Rome, Italy in October of 2012 with his girlfriend. They took a Royal Caribbean cruise that originated and ended in Rome. They were to return home on the 22nd. However, Christopher, who was president of this travel center, chose to stay behind to meet with two friends and business associates. He took his girlfriend to the airport as planned and said that he would be taking a train to Milan the following day to meet his clients. He has never been seen since. Later it was learned that data was used on his cell phone in Cambodia and Thailand. His family cannot imagine that he would have had any reason to go there. They're very worried something happened to him and ask anyone with information to please contact authorities. Yeah, how do you get to the point where you carve between saying this is a guy who voluntarily left and just wanted a new life or a guy who was like kidnapped and somebody's using his phone and this and that?
Yeah, that would be the part that you would always wonder. Because if you loved him and you thought him to be just an honest, upfront guy, in your heart, you probably can't believe that he would just up and disappear and not give you an explanation.
Right.
Maybe thinking he was kidnapped is how you deal with the pain.
I'd rather want my mate to have left me because of some shit I did than to have them kidnapped.
There were rumors he had a lot of debt. So maybe that was it. He just found a way.
So when you go overseas, your debt goes away?
Well, I mean, maybe you're not paying it. Maybe you find a different thing. You pop up, and then I don't know that it would follow you. I mean, you couldn't use the same accounts you had before because you would think that eventually the debtors would freeze your accounts and go after your money that way. And
so, do you just assume a new identity?
I guess so, and then whatever money you're making, you just start kind of from scratch. I guess start all over again.
If you get busted, though, I mean, they're going to throw you in jail, right? I'd rather be thrown in jail here than in Cambodia and Thailand.
Yeah, physically fit dude. He was 59, but looked about 15 years younger than his actual age. Yeah, crazy. Just went and never came back, but apparently they felt like he made the choice to do it.
I think if I ever did a double life, I'd change my name to Gorman. I love that name. I'd love to be a Gorman. What would you change your name to? Double life, if you had to.
I don't know. I'd probably want to be like just Lucy.
Yeah, another old name. That's good.
Yeah.
Lucy. The fuck?
Margaret or
Margaret.
Maud.
Yeah.
Maud is an old ass name. I don't even think that even exists anymore. I don't think anyone's naming their kid Maud.
That's why you should.
Maud Pennington sounds terrible.
Got hook up or hang up here. Somebody, or hook up or hang up, make up or break up. Somebody would like to get some advice as to whether or not they should stay in the relationship. Kind of an interesting little take. It's kind of one of those things where I've got a 4-year-old and a boyfriend who never wants to have any more kids. Now, he said that he could learn to accept the 4-year-old, but don't know that he ever would be able to say that he loves him. He said that he couldn't love him, but he can give him the role model that he needs. My son calls him dude, and he absolutely loves him. My boyfriend loaned me over $3,000 when I was out of work, and even went as far as to allow me to use his car for work. until I managed to get one. He is kind to me, but it's only been recently that he has started having romantic feelings for me. I love this man with all my heart and soul, and when I say love, it isn't like most in our society. I really mean it. I'm 26, and I would like to have a family, meaning that I would like to have a child also with the man that I love, but he said that there's no way he ever wants to have kids. On top of that, he doesn't even want to get married. He doesn't like the idea. He isn't even sure he wants to get a house together. Talked to people before this, and they're all like, well, he isn't ready to settle down. She said, I struggle with relationships. She used to be an escort and did porn. So a lot of times whenever anybody she's ever with finds that out, the relationship just turns sexual and she can't get that romantic connection with somebody that she wants. She's still looking for that. She's looking for a family.
I don't think this guy is the guy for you. I mean, first of all, if you're with a guy who tells you he can't love your kid,
Yeah.
that's right there. Okay, I'm done.
That's not a complete family.
And if you did porn, you don't have to tell the guys that you start dating now. I mean, you don't tell them on the first date.
No, but you do got to disclose that eventually.
Eventually, you should. But you don't go throwing that out there until you guys are talking about living together or serious commitment.
Wait at least until the appetizers come.
Yeah. Be a good idea. So, yeah, that'd be my thought. I'm just not sure you're with the right person. I
Yeah,
know that
you're not.
into
And you're
him, but-
young. You are super young. If you're
Yeah.
26,
Yeah.
Well, does he know? So does the guy know about the porn and all that?
Think so.
Well, then he might be using that as an excuse of maybe trying to get out of the relationship.
yeah, this guy ain't for you.
He's not for you.
Well, and the thing I think a lot of people have to watch out for is they get married to a concept rather than to a person. And you want to make sure that you find somebody that you want to be with and that you're together for the right reasons.
Hey, man, I know at least 30% of the people who are married, they are not married to someone they even like being around. They don't even like the person they're married to.
And you better make sure if you're bringing a man into your life that that man can love your child.
Absolutely.
Because if you've got some guy who's being standoffish with your kid, that's a horrible, horrible situation.
You'll never feel complete. You'll
Never.
always, your family will always feel fractured.
and you'll always be
yeah.
apologizing to your kid because they're not worthy of this person's love.
It'll
fucked.
It'll never work. You can't be with someone who's not going to love your kid. It will
No.
never work.
Never.
Yeah. You said you got a buddy that got divorced, but then just hooked up with the chick he divorced.
He got, okay, so here's the situation on this. 10 years ago, had a terrible divorce. I mean, terrible with this woman. It was bad. They end up going to a restaurant. Neither one of them know either one of them's at the restaurant. Both are hammered, end up hooking up that night together because they're drinking and reminiscing. They start dating. Now they're dating. They're about 2.5 months in, and they're thinking about getting married again.
What?
I know. And I mean, when I say it was destruction, these two together.
They need to just date and see how it goes.
Loneliness will make you do weird things. Don't just get back together because you're lonely. I do not seeing this thing work out. I can talk about it because they don't live in this area.
Yeah, I think you'd have to analyze what obviously didn't work in the marriage the first time and dissect it and say
They're drinking.
the drinking is what did it.
And they met each
that's
other
what brought
and-
them back together.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, if you're dysfunctional when you're drinking and, you still drink at the same level, then, yeah, why would you expect that, it's going to be a different second round?
The fact that they're talking about getting married so quick after just shows me that you ain't thinking clear. Because when I say this was a terrible marriage, they both will say it's a terrible marriage. We probably shouldn't be doing this, but they're like, we think we've changed.
Why do you have to get married? Just date.
That's my thing with everybody.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, really, unless you start having kids.
Well,
That's a big part of it.
We've heard before they do not have any kids together whatsoever. It's just them two. But we've heard people break up and then get married and divorce and get married again, and does it work?
It just depends. I think the first thing you'd have to do is just carve out as to why it didn't work before and then figure something out. I was always amazed when I lived in Kansas City. There was this guy that lived in my apartment community, and I always see him, and this chick, and like I'd see him downstairs and they'd kiss and you walk away, and I just, had a conversation with him a couple times and found out they had been married, lived together, got divorced, and kind of like what your friend was talking about, but they really kind of dissected and said, why didn't it work? And they said, well, they wanted their space. And so she lived in an apartment building across the street and he lived in mine. And they would hang out, go to dinner like every night. That was kind of their thing. And then they would go stay in their own place. And they would maybe have a sleepover or whatever. But they just realized, and they we've been doing this for like 10 years now. And they it was great the second time around. But they did isolate what failed in their marriage the first time and realize, we love each other, but we also, too, needed a little bit of separation. They'd even do separate vacations sometimes and this and that. They didn't feel overly like, yeah, we're married, but we're there when it's like, hey, where are you? And they love the companionship.
It sounds like, though, to get to that point, you both are going to have to suspend your egos a bit and kind of drop some of the baggage and say, this is what didn't work that you did, and then this is what didn't. You're going to have to be real honest. Because to go through that shit twice, that'd be a nightmare.
Yeah, and I think people, too, can anymore. You can custom design your marriage or your relationship, whatever you want it to be. I think that everything was traditional values before, and everybody felt like you had to follow this cookie-cutter mold of what you were going to do. You got to ask yourself, what's important to me? And sometimes you don't have to say, look, I don't need to fill someone else's interpretation of what a successful relationship is. Look at your own, and you can be like, okay, this works for me, this style.
Oh, it's all bullshit we've been taught since the day you're born. Gotta have the picket fence with the 3 kids. You gotta have the car and the career by age 28, and if not, you're behind. And that's all bullshit.
Absolutely.
Everybody's different, and everyone's got their own way of doing things.
That's right. Do what's working for you. Gotta know you first, and you gotta know yourself before you know what kind of relationship you want. Engineer Keith said, GIF or GIF? That was the question. Is GIF? You see that little thing?
GIF.
It's GIF.
GIF is a peanut butter.
I like to argue.
He said, if we take input from the creator of the file format, the pronunciation is like the peanut butter, GIF. If we use any common sense whatsoever, though, it's pronounced like the word gift. That being said, English is a descriptive language, not a prescriptive language, so even though the creator prescribed GIF, we can overrule him and say GIF or GIF. There you go.
I like it. Let's overrule him.
Yes.
I really don't give a shit either way. Call it GIF, call it GIF. Who gives a shit?
That's kind of it. That's what I've heard.
It's making me want peanut butter, though. I'll
Big
tell you that.
time. I fucked up some Uncrustables this weekend.
It's my friend Jerry's birthday this weekend, and so Mags, Mags loves to make a cake. And I asked him, I said, what kind of cake would you want? Any kind of cake. Mags loves to get in the kitchen and create something fabulous. So he wants a Reese's Pieces cake.
Okay.
And so I did some Googling, and wow, there are some fun Reese's Pieces cakes.
Big shout out to producer Denny's wife, Jen. She made apple cake. Not apple pie, but apple cake, and that shit was amazing, man.
Yeah?
Oh, I've been thinking about it all day.
Where were the apples?
They were in the cake.
In the frosting or in the cake?
It was on. There was like a. It was like a. I don't know. I just ate it.
Okay, so was it a layered cake?
It had like a cool crumb, like a crumble, if you shall, with a layer of. Why do I feel like I'm on the stand right now? It was delicious, and I don't have all of the ins and outs.
Denny's!
Email her. I don't know.
Apple cake sounds delicious.
It was good. It was very. It was almost like a crumble, like a crumb cake.
Sounds amazing.
He ate the whole thing. Can't tell you what it looked like.
Well,
It had like layers of cake in it. Who gives a shit, bird? Stop.
Was it apple cinnamon?
No, it was like a cake.
Apple cinnamon. Well, the flavor I'm talking about.
The flavor was
how
like
did she prepare the apples?
It was like a cake, like a crumb cake of apple. It was good, man.
Was the cake in the apple, or was it like on the outside? Was there apple in it?
It was apple in it and on the outside. And Kev, you can shut this down by turning off our microphones, which I suggest you do. Holy shit.
She really needs to know about this damn cake.
I want to make it. Now,
Giving me an anxiety attack.
Yeah.
I feel like you think I'm lying about the cake. I don't know.
I don't know how she feels about it.
just like your dating life, I think you're lying about this cake.
All right.
I got a couple of shout-outs here. One to Riss, who said some really nice things about listening to the Thursday and Fridays ATS.
Therese?
Yeah, Tarisse, your Ride or Die Nationer.
Therese, okay.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, glad you enjoyed the podcast from Thursday or Friday. I had a lot of fun with those.
Woohoo!
And also Chris said, yeah, I just opened an email today from a friend, a long-time listener in the live stream chat room. Chris, the one who sent us the shock collar.
Oh,
And, just saying, yeah.
That thing is incredible. We've used it so much, and it works.
Yeah, and I see people trying to bring down the shock collar. Oh, I've rode dog shock collars before, and they're lying and they're making it up. Bullshit. The one she sent in is a legit. I don't know what they use this on.
If anybody thinks it's not legit, come in here. I'll put it on your ass.
I mean, we're not overdoing that.
It really does go in your bone.
I don't think we've ever gone to the highest level either.
I know. I've never ridden it past like a 4.
Anyway, it's a shout out to Chris. His business in Vero Beach got hit by a fire. So maybe I could say a prayer or donate money. You could do that. Probably find some information. I'm sure people in the chat room would have it there.
That stinks.
Band together, yeah. So somebody that's been so good to us. Hate to see it going through crap like that. So there you go. And somebody also sent a photo of an adorable kid. They said Bizarro Rocco. Apparently, I guess they think the kid looks like your baby Rocco.
There's so much going on in that
Wait a
picture.
minute. Hold
There's
on.
an old man. There's that weird
There's an old man with
dog.
an oxygen tank. There's a large man with a very hairy dog behind, and then you got the baby that's sitting right there.
Okay.
You're right. There's a lot going on there.
The baby does not look like Rocco. The old man looks more like Rocco than the baby.
Yeah.
The hairy dog looks more like Rocco.
Yeah. I know. I was like, okay, well, there you go. All right. Thank you very much. Locking in.
I was just warming up.
Tuesday. Yeah. Want to talk about apple cake?
Actually, I don't.
So was there frosting?
Yeah.
There was not frosting. Shit, I don't know if there was now. Maybe a second. I'll make sure I get you all the ingredients tomorrow, Mama.
I'd like a picture too.
You can try some Bud's Chicken and Seafood. They're offering 2 pieces of chicken and fries for $3.49 and 3 pieces of chicken and fries for $3.99.
Yummy.
Had some over the weekend.
Me
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Did you?
Love it, yeah. Well, when I go to Bremen Honda, I literally have to drive past Bud's, and I'm sorry, that's my weakness.
Yeah, keep sending me the social media stuff. I love that. I love when little kids try the sauce for the first time.
So
Yep.
cute.
Try that. Might be good. Maybe you could take your Aunt Ann some Buds and some apple birthday cake.
Yeah, you're right.
Buds and apple cake. That's
Somebody
the
blew off
least
her
you
birthday
can
party
do.
yesterday.
I know. I'm too busy eating apple cake and not worrying about birthdays.
Damn, you were eating apple cake instead of eating cake with her on her birthday.
Okay, I'm a dick. I just forgot. I forgot about the birthday.
You're a forgetful dick.
All right, you guys have an amazing day. We'll talk to you later. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.